This one has an L on it.
This is the left arm.
All right, good. Thank God. I never follow instructions when I build furniture. I'm one of those people, like, that's why I can't bake either, because I cannot follow a recipe. I cannot read instructions.
Why?
I feel like it's insulting. I'm like, it's two sides of a chair. I know what's going on here. Tell me what to do. And then I'm like, oh shit, did I put the right side? You just fall.
That's so funny.
It's a personality trait.
One of the smartest people I've ever met. Can't follow, won't follow instructions.
Won't. Especially...
You're about safety. I was like, yeah, I mean, if it's a rule,
safety.
If it's a rule, it was made for a reason, right? Guess not.
I love my rules. That's like you were all like, on the weekends, what do you want to do? And you're like, I want to work.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the rules and I want to work.
Yeah. Rules are good. Structure is pretty cool.
I feel safe here.
Mostly.
For the most part. We do need a little bit of guidance.
I don't like arbitrary rules, though.
Like ones that make no sense or just for sake?
Yeah, both.
Both.
Yes.
Yes. Like knife. Me. Furious in the 3rd grade.
Dude.
Make it make sense, or else I think for weeks I refused. I was just like, I am not participating in this because you cannot explain to me, other than this, it just exists, why this happens.
Right. Like algebra.
Algebra.
I failed algebra 1 3 times. Because I just could not.
How are you even here now?
Or 2 times. My 3rd time is when I passed it. Because you had to pass algebra to get to geometry to get to fucking whatever the next one was. I don't remember. But I failed it once. I failed it in summer school, and then I finally passed it. And then I was able to graduate high school, luckily. But like just introducing the numbers, I was like, no, this is crap.
None of it makes any sense.
I hate it.
Who made these rules up?
Nobody I ever met or care about.
And they say all these formulas make sense, but I'm like, how?
It doesn't make sense to me. I thought 2 + 2 was 4. Apparently it's 2 + A is 4. I'm
not
like,
all the time.
I'm like, what the fuck is A?
Thank God we don't have children, though, because, you know, now they're teaching them how to do math in different ways. Can you imagine your kid coming home and just making you feel so stupid? You can't even add 2 + 2 anymore.
I saw a video on YouTube, had to be 10 years ago, maybe. But it was like, there's a way that, like, Chinese or Japanese schools teach math that's totally different than ours. And it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
In like, the snippet that I saw, I was like, it blew my head apart.
Yep.
And I was like, why don't we learn stuff like that?
Why don't we do anything that makes sense?
Why can't we learn multiple ways? Like this, like the shortest path is always a straight line, but there's more than one way to get there.
I just know that they let me graduate high school without knowing what savings versus a primary checking account is, and I'll never forgive them for that.
I didn't learn what an APR was until I was 28.
A Roth RIA? What?
A 401k, Roth IRA,
we learned nothing we actually needed to know.
Oh, and taxes.
All about those.
What's that? Oh, well, interesting enough. The more you make, the more they take from... What?
So silly. They're like these slave peasants. Just don't tell them about it.
No.
Keep collecting and don't tell them.
It's like, oh, you make over $40 an hour now. Now we take even more.
God. That is how it is, though. Every time I make money, I'm always like, okay, 30% of this I have to like set aside, basically, between federal and state taxes and all the other kind of bullshit.
Now it's more like 40. I've heard all kinds of different numbers. Stand-up comics go through that because same thing. They're all... I guess they're 1099s if you think about it.
And it feels like more of that is happening, too. I don't know if that's just because I'm in that world now, so it feels like more people I know are in that world of just...
Gig stuff?
Gigs, contracting, figuring stuff out on their own instead of working for corporations and companies in some way.
Yeah, it's kind of mutually beneficial. A corporation doesn't have to pay you benefits, and then... you kind of get to make your own schedule, and like maybe I'll work for this company for 6 months, or maybe I'll spend my winter in Thailand and work remote or some shit.
Yeah, I want that life. That sounds cool.
It doesn't sound too bad.
I like that. Yeah, I saw the hope fill in your eyes as you said it. So you're like, yeah, maybe I will do that.
That's like once I graduate my apprenticeship, I can work anywhere in the country.
We gotta throw you a party.
It's gonna be so worth it. Let's introduce the pod also.
Yeah, we should probably do that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't pick up Kelsey. She's doing a roll right now.
Oh my gosh, but she is here with us. If you see anything bright pink, it is her spirit shining effervescently through all 5 pounds of her.
Yeah.
She's so strong and mighty and coded for protection.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay,
it was just a little clipping.
Oops.
Yeah, microphones do that when you drop them suddenly. They cut out for a second.
We just rip the cords automatically.
No.
But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Friends Living Well podcast, which is a production of Full Living Wellness, our private practice, which offers individual, couples, and group therapy services in PA, New Jersey, and Florida. And we're super excited to be here today.
I'm simply pulling up the infographic, so.
He's getting ready. And you might have noticed a little bit of a difference. Kelsey is all of a sudden like 6'4" and 200 pounds. No, this is Tom, our producer, is usually behind camera. I think you've only had like one other episode where we've successfully done the producer camera.
For sure, one, maybe two. I've put in snippets of myself before, but yeah.
I'm super excited for that. We get to have more quality time.
Yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
I'm filling it. I have small but somehow big shoes to fill.
Mighty shoes.
Yes.
And
powerful
fists to fill. And is this our 21st episode?
22nd
episode. So if you've been hanging with us the whole time, thanks guys. And if you're new here, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you, as always, like subscribe to it, like it, comment on it. If a story makes you laugh, first of all, I made that clip, so you're welcome, kinda. But repost it.
Hell yeah. Share our stuff.
Share just once. That's cool. Or if you like it in conversation, just tell one person about the show.
Yeah.
Because if you have 20 people and they tell one person, that's 40.
That's how every cult was built, right?
Yeah.
We got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Well, you're smart enough to be the leader, so.
I just saw myself a visual of myself in robes and all kinds of aesthetics.
Yeah, and everybody bows to you and like waits on you hand and foot and stuff.
Oh man, I would like the tiara part.
That sounds kind of nice.
That part would be really nice.
There's a grand painting of you, and it's like surrounded by nice curtains and a big room and a big podium and stuff.
100 dogs.
Oh, so many dogs.
My empire.
Yeah, all your dog minions around you.
So yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit today, and we've got some fun stuff planned to talk about, and some good research too.
Yeah.
Feels like the world is learning some stuff and evolving and all of that. Oh, and super exciting in the next couple episodes, because we have so many questions, but St. Joe's University, the counseling department over there, the students have sent in questions that they would like to ask a therapist, and the questions are amazing. So we're gonna, I guess, maybe pick up like a couple every episode and just get through as many as we can. So thanks for doing that, guys. It's awesome.
I like that.
Hell yeah, right?
A couple, yeah, it's a fun little track.
Yeah. What other things should we announce? Oh, big shout out to Sandy Bennett. You might notice something else that's very different in this episode, which is the video quality or just how things are looking, which is thanks to Sandy, because she noticed and girl shouted out to another girl.
Dude, she also did like what all of or most of the business headshots on the website.
Yes.
So
Rue was the first one that ever did my photos for me before Full Living Wellness was even really a thing.
Yeah.
He was the one that was like, we're gonna make it a thing, so he did that. Miss him so much. And then Sandy, because that was a hard thing after Rue passed, was the idea of how do we take photographs again and who's gonna do that. And Sandy stepped up to the plate. She did it right.
Boy, did she.
Yeah, for real.
I had a great time in her place that she used, and like the camera that we're using right now is all thanks to her, and like she had so many helpful like tips and advice. So what's her Instagram? S Bennett Klein?
Something, yeah. We'll make sure to tag her too in this.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Sandy.
I think it's S Bennett Klein Photography, but we'll be sure in the bio. I'll put it in the bio and all that good stuff.
That's the cool thing about this podcast, man. There's so many people that are just like friends and in the community of some that I don't get to see as often as I would like.
Yeah.
And then they'll reach out and they'll be like, I saw that episode. That was really cool. Or I've been going through something like that. It was really awesome to hear you guys talk about it.
Isn't that a crazy feeling?
It is.
Like, I've been speaking into a microphone for a couple years now, and every so often somebody be like, I heard this thing on your podcast and it was so funny. I'm like, I literally forgot that I did that.
Yes.
But thank you so much.
And that's how I feel about those, because we were talking about this before we started recording, because Tom and I watch a lot of podcasts. Like, we'll watch every episode available of a podcast.
Yep.
And in those ones, I start to feel like I know them in a way where I'm like, if I ever met this person in real life, I would have to totally just like cap a lot of information, because they're going to be like, I don't know that information about myself. How do you know that?
Yeah. Like, they could be digging in the depths of their memory for a story that they practically forgot about. Yep. And then they're like getting into all these specifics. And I've heard podcasters talk about this before. It's like the podcast fans are like the most dedicated, like hardcore fans of anything, because you're literally in their ear holes while they're at work, while they're at the gym, walking the dog. Like, you are literally in their lives, telling your listeners like personal stories, laughing with them, or like breaking this down, teaching them stuff. And like, there's from one stranger to another, that is such a crazy, like, intimate connection.
I never thought about it that way, but that makes complete sense.
Yeah, so podcast fans are dedicated because of that.
I even have a hard time now watching TV shows. It has to be really good. Like, Adolescence was the last one that like really hooked me in, where I wanted to watch that. But otherwise, I get kind of bored, and I'm like, it feels fake, or there's something that feels off about it, and I get disinterested. And then I start thinking about somebody and I'm like, you know what? I really want to listen to this person. I kind of miss them.
Yes, dude. And like like you said, the show has to be so good.
So good.
To capture me.
Unfair anymore, I feel like.
Like, it has to be like a cultural movement in order to capture me. Like Game of Thrones, practically.
Like, change your life.
Yeah, like this is appointment watching. I am not missing this show.
Yes.
It has to be that good for me to be like, I think I'll turn on a TV show.
Right?
Because if I'm not listening to a podcast, or like if I'm sitting down, wasting my wasting my time relaxing or whatever, finger quotes. If I'm not playing like a video game that I'm hyper fixated on, I'm probably just like up on my feet doing anything else.
You are a busybody.
But while I'm doing that, I'm listening to a podcast.
Yes. I was thinking about that yesterday, if that's one of the reasons I also really like podcasts, because they're kind of designed for, if you want to sit down and watch it, you can.
Yeah.
But anybody that makes a podcast does so knowing people might be driving or just listening.
I love that about them.
Same. So I was like, I think I really like this because it lets me be active. I can stand up and do something. I can go work out. I can go walk Hope. I
can lock my screen, put my phone in my pocket, but still being stimulated.
Still being... No silence up in here. We just keep going.
No. So every once in a while, I do need a break, and I'll be on a kick of music, and then even more rare, I'll listen to nothing at all.
I do that a lot, actually. I don't recognize I do it. I just subconsciously do it. Or what cracks me up is my phone will just stop, and then like an hour will pass by, and I'll realize nothing's been playing, and it's just been my head. I'm like, I might be a bit of a crazy person.
Like you reach the end of your podcast queue, but you never turn anything else on.
Exactly. Yeah. Or the Bluetooth like reconnects or something, and it just paused, and I kind of like am waiting for it in the back of my mind to restart, and then it just never does. Mm-hmm. And then I just realize I've been entertaining myself in my own narrative for the past however long.
Yeah, it's like, do I have ADHD? Do I need constant stimulation? I don't know.
One or the other. Or maybe we're just really depressed. Who knows?
I couldn't tell you. Wink.
Oh, speaking of which, we should probably give the other... what is Kelsey? She always does the disclaimer. There we go. That's what we should do. So even though I am a therapist and we will likely be talking about some therapeutic topics today, this in no way is therapy or intended to replace any form of treatment. So if you are needing that, seek out somebody. This is just a convenient, fun conversation.
This is for entertainment purposes only. It is all satirical. Wink, wink.
Yeah. I like the only part. Can we only?
Yeah. This is just the infographic. If you're going through a mental health crisis, there are emergency lines you can call. The mental health crisis hotline is free. It is 988. There's I always attach this somewhere. I'll attach it in this episode too. I'll put it nice and big, but
I love that.
there's websites, there's National Suicide Hotline, there's numbers that you can text.
And I feel like people are kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, we get it. Call this number. But in all reality, I have had so many... People always think you're calling that number because you're like, I'm ready to try to X myself and like I'm going to act on it. And now they're going to send over the police or something. Yeah. I have had so many clients benefit from, I'm really depressed. I'm really struggling. I don't really want to go to the hospital or reach out, but I do know that I need another human being to talk to and help ground me. You can call them. They're literally trained to do that if you're just distressed. You don't have to be in this place of, I'm ready to act on this, to utilize these hotlines. They can help ground you out and just keep you safe too.
Yeah. I've never known anybody personally who's used one, but I would be so curious to learn.
They're really nice. I mean, you got to think about the kind of people that are signing up to do something like that.
Oh, yeah. And like, do they get paid? Are they volunteering? I don't even know.
Mostly volunteering.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just what.
Especially anymore now, I'm kind of like, what even funding is available for those programs? Because a lot of them are state or federal funded. So
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, a lot of people volunteer to do it, and it's just that way they can sit with people in their most difficult times. So
yeah, those people are saints on earth for real.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I always say that's the only thing that's real is each other. It's relationships with one another and being with one another is the only time I feel like, oh, this is fully real.
Community.
Yeah. When you're really connecting with another person.
Yeah. I was listening to something about community like just hours ago this morning, and I thought of you because you're always talking about how great community is.
My favorite word that I'm always trying to figure out.
Yeah. What do we have? What else do we have today?
Oh, I have a fun one.
I have a fun one too. You first, though.
Okay. Because it's coming up. So I wanted to get your advice on possible Halloween costumes. Uh-huh. It's going to be a pretty busy time of year. So in all honesty, I might not be able to dress up. So these might be great ideas for other people too. But there are 3 costumes that I'm thinking of.
You personally are?
Yeah, that I would dress up as. And I want you to tell me which one you think would be best. All right, so the first one, because I have the shoulders for it, is the rugby player Ilona.
Oh, the girl in the what is the black and whites or something? No.
Do you mean dance? Oh, I don't know what her team is.
All Blacks or something like that.
I'll have to.
The girl was always on TikTok just trucking people,
rucking them and dancing. She either dancing, looking beautiful, or just taking people out.
Now, the one I'm thinking of is just straight savage all the time. She's terrifying.
I know who you're talking about. She plays in New Zealand.
Yep. That's the one.
Yes. And yes, she's a different player, but she is also, and they actually make really cute reels together. But
oh, cool.
I feel like I have the shoulders for that. And I love her empowerment. So
that's good.
She sends really good messages of, I really like people ask her in interviews a lot because they're like, you're a woman and you're bigger and you're muscular. Like, what is that like for you? And how are you dealing with that mentally? And she's like, I really don't even understand the question that you're asking me because I feel that comfortable. And I've never even questioned my body because I'm just really thankful and amazed at the things that it does.
That's rad. It's
a really refreshing perspective that she has. And I really like her for that. So that's why between the shoulders and then the empowerment part, I was like, maybe I should be that.
Good idea.
Okay, so the other one is another artist who I've loved for a number of years now, who finally blew up, Lola Young.
Okay.
Because, I mean, imagine me with the mullet and the lip liner. Just take a minute. Right?
Yeah, that.
I would. And then I could practice the accent.
God, that song is huge, too.
Huge. Okay, so you don't look as excited about that one, but
I'm just not as familiar with her as an artist. All I know is that song.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I'll send you some stuff afterwards, because actually the stuff that she's, like most artists, the things that she's most famous for isn't even her best work. Love you, girl, but it's not your best stuff.
So true, though.
Yeah.
And just a little sidebar, like so many artists who explode in popularity, like you said, they explode off of like a song that they not half-assed, but like they didn't put their whole ass into that song, and it's not their favorite song.
You can tell they wrote it in like an afternoon. Like they were just like, I'm just gonna make this one up and go, and they're like, damn, that's what got me famous.
You want to know something interesting that I learned in Phil Collins' book, his autobiography? That song "In the Air Tonight" with that drum fill, That song, he said he improvised about 90% of it
Shut up.
in the studio, including that fill. That was like, I think the drum track was like one take or something crazy like that.
Because there's like not many people that wouldn't be able to fill that in.
No, it's beautiful in its simplicity that like it is a fill, but it's not difficult.
Yeah.
But even all the lyrics to that song, it's about a heavy topic, but he was just like riffing off the top of his head like 90% of that song.
We should do that as a topic sometime, is just about music, because there's so many songs that sound so good, or listening to them, they give a different message, and then you find out the story behind
Ooh.
it, and you're like, holy hell, that's deep, or that's dark, or that would be interesting.
That's a great thread to pull. I'm going to write that down.
Get your freaking notepad. All right, so
I have a music topic for later.
I'll tell you my third choice, because this one I feel like is my most creative one, because the other ones I'm just impersonating somebody else, but this one I'm like making a character. So because the earth is literally a trash dumpster on fire right now, I thought that I should do the Mothman, but drag style. So like super cunty Mothman.
That's really good.
Right? I feel like that one's going to be the winner, but that one's my favorite.
Damn.
And like I said, it's like a whole character and just very creative, and yeah.
You know what? I think that might have to be the winner this year. And like you could probably table Lola Young for later, but like let's say like if you get invited to a Halloween function, that's got to be the costume.
That's got to be.
And then a great backup would be the rugby player.
The rugby. Okay, yeah.
Because you don't have to go all out 2 times.
Yeah, because Mothman drag is going to be...
It's a lot.
It's going to be a lot. I got to do Trixie and Katya.
That's so good.
I gotta make my mama and my papa proud.
I also personally think those two are so funny together.
Another podcast I've watched every single episode of.
And they're so digestible too.
Yeah.
15 minutes or whatever.
I miss them if it's been too long.
They're so funny.
Yeah. What are you even thinking about Halloween, or is that just me thing?
It hasn't crossed my mind one time.
Not one time.
I always forget that it's about to come up until it's almost Halloween time, and now it's around Kelsey's birthday.
I was just gonna say, well, with Kelsey's birthday, you're gonna be thinking about it more and more, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it's a double whammy. It's like her favorite, and then also her birthday.
It's a lot of people's favorite. I mean, for good enough reason too, but.
And we did it up for her birthday last year. Yeah. We did. Oh my God. So for anybody that doesn't know, we should post pictures when this episode releases too, because they're so good. So we wanted to...
I'm thinking of one.
There's so many good ones from that day. We wanted to surprise Kels and make her feel super special. So we rented this like luxury Genesis car. It looked like a Bentley. She was gorgeous.
All white,
all inside leather. Mm-hmm. And we pulled up to... What was I playing that was like really popular at the time? My brain.
Glorilla song.
That's right. How could I not remember? It was Glorilla that we were blasting, and we rolled up and picked her up.
So loud.
I had to make sure. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
That's so good.
I completely forgot about that. And we took the whole idea was just to like pick her up in a luxury car and tell her that it was a perfect day for her of her perfect thing. So we'll go to bakeries, we'll go to New Hope, and we'll do all the fun girly things. And we did that. I remember the oysters there. They were really good.
We spent a day there not that long ago, and we went back to the Cannon, and then we didn't go to that one restaurant, but
Stella.
Yeah, but Stella was the second place, right? Yeah, we walked by it. We sat around by the water, and it was a really good day.
Yeah, you guys did pick a good weather day for it.
Yeah, we lucked out.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. But that's all I have on my Halloween news. I'm very glad now that I have my costume picked out.
That's so fucking funny.
And if you need one now, you have some ideas also.
Yeah.
And then I have some jiu-jitsu news.
Yeah?
So... 2 things. Laura Kent just killed it at Naga, which was pretty awesome. And 10th Planet in general, they had like a really strong women's team, which was really, I just love seeing that when women go out and compete in general, but seeing them go as a group, again, that whole community vibe. And she had such a focus. That always amazes me about anybody that's at a higher level like that. I call it the black belt look, because that's what it reminds me of, and that's what Laura looks like to me. Where there's just a focus, and they have this vision. Rue used to do it all the time too, where they're looking at you, but they're not focused on anything. It's like they're taking in all the peripheral vision as well, and they're just very focused and taking their own pace and time on something, like looking for these ins that, for me, I'm like, I would see that about 5 steps too late, and they're the ones that are anticipating it. Just very, if you watch her most recent clip, we posted it in our stories, you can see looking at it, it's just very masterful.
That 1,000-yard stare.
Yes, it's exactly what it looks like, but you can tell she's just kind of taking in everything all at once. So shout out Laura, you did awesome. And then same with Paige. Paige Everett last night at ADCC did this beautiful takedown, kind of like a judo sweep, and I love seeing the way she shifted her weight back. She's another one that, like, her expertise just comes out, because there's this moment where both of them are on like one foot and the weight could so easily shift, and you can see her have a moment where she's like, I'm gonna throw my weight back, and she just tosses this girl back. It's such a and then right into an
girl in the yellow,
armbar.
Right?
Yes,
I watched that too.
So good.
I was
love
like,
her.
damn.
Yeah, and I rolled with her last weekend. Demolished me. Demolished me.
Just played with you.
Just literally, like, was being nice and was just like, I was a rag doll, and she's like, you're so fucking cute. Love her to death. Yeah, any seminar you can get with Paige, absolutely go.
Oh man,
hell yeah. And that's there was one other it's a cool Instagram page, especially for anybody that's trying to check out women's events or even get into the sport. It is called the Women's Open Mat Collective of Philly, and the tag for them is WOMC Philly, and they are going to be posting just more events and stuff that are happening in the Philadelphia area for women.
Yeah, you can look in the bio and there'll be a direct link to it.
Yeah,
so there.
I just want to shout them out. I know that coming this fall they're planning on releasing some more stuff, so just keep your eye out for them, and if you're looking for that stuff.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
Was that is that the same place or page that promoted all of the open mats that are kind of going around this area right now?
They do have one that was just they did just make a post. I think it was one of their first posts that has that, and it has 3 different events that are happening locally. I know next weekend, which is going to be the 16th, so by the time this comes out, I think it'll
have passed. Yeah,
it'll have already passed, but they're hosting one in Delaware, and
that was it. Yeah, because there was one at the vault, I think, or no, it was near the vault. There's one in Delaware, and there was another one.
Yeah.
I think that's the same one.
Riverfront is doing one today. Yeah, it's a really cool way of just getting to know other women in it. That's the best way I've made, like, new friends, and that way you just go to these different events and you just pick up a good friend.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
Learn some shit.
Have some kick fun. Some ass.
Yeah,
super cute.
Nice.
Yeah. I have another segment, but you can get into stuff if you want to.
I can't decide. Why don't you? I'll go so we can volley. But I was earlier when we were talking about, like, the songs that are catchy. I was driving here earlier, and I forgot, or I was reminded of this this thing that's going around music right now, and it's known as the millennial whoop. And it's like there's a whole thread you can pull with, like, music psychology and, like, the way that we associate sound and how things hear, and, like, things that are pleasing to us, and, like, the music that's played in stores, and, like, it's meant to be, like, kind of background music but also familiar, and
like the sound of a generation, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. And this trend called the millennial whoop is, if anyone is into music, like and I mean, like, you compose. It's something like a music is in a scale. It's in a fifth. It drops down and it goes back up to the fifth. It goes, oh, like that. And it's
so it's not whoop. There it is.
No, but it's called the millennial whoop. And I found a video that highlights multiple songs that are all huge, like
follow that same kind of cadence, or you'll
hear it in like 24 songs that are gigantic hits.
You know who's crazy good at that? Yuri.
I believe that.
He will pull songs out and he will say, this is a song from the 70s, and he will find what song it is and play it, and you'll be like, yup, that's the same song.
The sample or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ability to do that is so, like, fascinating to me.
And he has a brain to remember the names of the songs. That's the thing that I can't get. I'm like, I could remember maybe hearing something that was like that. He will be like, I know the name and the video of this song, and I'm going to go find it.
And the top comment on this video, fact, the more you know about music theory, the more you hate modern pop music.
Wow.
So true. But this is less than 2 minutes, and you'll hear many artists that you recognize.
Is that Espresso song on here? That
It might be.
That was one of those songs when I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, why is this in my head right now?
That song's been in my head before too, but I don't recall any part in that song that has it. But just listen closely.
Okay.
You'll hear the same thing in 24 songs.
This is all the 2000s.
That's right. Millennial. That's Frank Ocean. What's happening here? There's a shift from the 5th note in a scale to the 3rd note. And then back up. It's called the millennial whoop.
Something we like about it.
You hear that? It's meant to sound familiar.
This is like reality TV music. I love reality TV music.
That's exactly right. Isn't that fascinating?
We're listening to TLC right now. Or Bravo. Oh, that one was real.
And alternating notes across a particular interval isn't something new. That song's from 85. Yep, 85. Even birds do it. Isn't that fucking crazy?
It is and it isn't, because it's like, that's like what we do, right? We just don't recognize that we're doing stuff like that. Patterns. That's people. Patterns.
Mm-hmm. Just like the psychology behind that is so crazy. Like the fact that artists are making, not just the artists themselves, but like songwriters, like artists, the little behind the curtain, a lot of artists are paired with songwriters and producers that help write the songs that you're hearing out there. It's not just like Katy Perry isn't writing 100% of all of her music or etc. The same can be said about hundreds.
Oh, there's so much investment that goes into that to make sure that stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's like lucky stuff that comes out. You know, they never know exactly what's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
But if they're trying to formulate it, they're investing and they want to make good on that.
That's right.
But there is something that makes a lot of sense about that, because I'm starting to wonder, you know, like that music for me that was back, in the early 2000s, that was my middle school years, and then late 2000s was my high school years. So I'm thinking, is it more so like a melancholy wanting to connect back with that time period a bit? Like that was the music that was out at your time. People try to always gravitate towards a specific time or feeling that they had.
Yeah, that could be it.
Because I noticed that I don't listen to a lot of the same music I listened to when I was in high. I just don't. But I know a lot of people that do. They have like the same playlist from high school that they listen to.
That is scary, like psychotic behavior to my brain. I'm a musician at heart, so like that to me is like the antithesis,
really,
of like what I want to listen to. Now, every once in a while, I'll like
dashboard confessionals. Getting your feelings.
I'll stumble into like a record or something that I connected to when I was in high school or something like that, and I'm like, wow, that was so good. Right. Or sometimes the opposite, I'll be like, wow, I can't believe I liked that. That's less common, but I don't take a lot of trips down memory lane. I kind of try to keep it moving with like what I listen to, but I definitely have staples of what I like that I'll hang on to.
Spice Girls have
my classics.
The same. But speaking of what, did you know that they wrote all those songs?
I did not know that.
They themselves wrote that, so yep.
That is a big props to them then.
You know, legends for a reason.
For sure.
It wasn't just the attire, although that in itself, ladies, amazing.
as they're heralded as they should be. Then
Yeah.
that's really cool. But what was I saying? People writing songs. Yeah, like a lot of music to my ears sound like, the more you know about music theory, it starts to sound like soulless. Like just like you said, like reality TV music. It's just like, to me, it sounds like fodder.
It cracks me up when you listen to that music and you like actually take them and you stop watching the show. That's probably why, because I'll hear my mom and it'll be playing, and then I'll just hear the music and I'm like, what did that chick just say on that song?
And it's funny when you do really listen to the lyrics, you're like, they're not saying anything at all.
No, it's like really weird, vague AI lyrics.
It is practically AI, and if it's not AI by now, it will be soon. If you want to talk about music that's replaceable, it's that.
Do you want a good segue?
I would love that.
This might be a good segue, actually, because I know we plan to also talk about like any research that came up. Oh, that's advice. Here we go. So, I'm just going to read it because I can't remember what I copied and pasted a week ago. AI chatbots and AI psychosis emerging.
Ooh.
Did you hear about this term?
A little bit.
I hadn't heard anything about it, but it popped up in my news feed, and I was like, oh, I got to save that.
Scary.
Emerging concerns highlight that prolonged interactions with AI chatbots, especially among individuals with pre-existing mental health conditions, may exacerbate symptoms like delusional thinking, a phenomenon termed AI psychosis. Experts advise cautious use and emphasize the need for ethical AI development.
Just break that sentence down for ethical AI development. So you have to now develop artificial intelligence that some person has to program and create that is ethical, as opposed to what?
I don't know how that can be possible, because it's just like anything else. It's up to the person who uses it.
Yes.
And if they're delusional, I mean, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah, like they're gonna pull on threads or send out prompts to the AI that is gonna bounce back things that are that I guess they could like mirror what they're thinking, or like give them like maybe like a sort of confirmation. I don't know.
Well, that's what I wanted to know more about, is exactly what do they mean. I have a very specific example from working with a family where this specific thing came up actually in recent months.
That recent, wow.
And so I just don't know what other examples they're referring to, but when I saw this, or at least how I'm taking this description, is I was working with a family and they have a lot of communication issues between them. And one member of the family, all of a sudden, their communication style very much shifted. And so they started sending me the messages, and it was an older family. So it was very evident to me that it was AI, versus I don't think they caught it quite yet because they weren't familiar with it, but they were like, there's something really off about this wording and how they're communicating all of a sudden. It doesn't sound like them. I'm really concerned.
The person was using AI to generate a response.
Yes.
God.
And the messages also then became more about, they were literally just copying and pasting essentially the advice that they were asking for about the family in. So it was an echo chamber. That was the biggest observation, was this person who was using it was getting feedback that was enforcing what they wanted.
Yeah.
You're doing this to me. This is wrong. Nobody's listening to me. I'm the one that's being treated like no other perspectives, no other challenges, no other feedback. And this person was just eating it up. They were like, yes, this is validating. This is truth.
Right.
And so then the family is sending this to me, and it's basically like allowing you to see this person's thought process. And it was obviously very problematic because
they had like the whole transcript of like what they were.
Yes, it
feeding?
started with just messages responded. Like they were asking AI, will you write a response for me? And then they were sending that to the family. That's where it started. But then it expanded into them copying and pasting the entire prompt that they would send ChatGPT about their family issue, and then the response from ChatGPT, and then their questions. Like, you know how you can engage back and forth? Mm-hmm. So it would become these pages and pages long dialogues.
God, dude.
And what I found so interesting about it was that ChatGPT was just offering what this person wanted back in terms of information.
if there's anything in the world that will get me a little tinfoil hatty and like nervous about just like the world, it's that. Just like
It's like having a bad best friend, like a little devil on your shoulder.
it is.
That's like, yes, spend all that money.
Yeah,
and
but
your family's wrong. Do that thing.
but that little devil has access to all of the world's information.
Yeah, and like also marketing and like will convince you to
Marketing and even though the correct information is out there, it will be taking, the top results that are probably sponsored to be at the top of the search, that are not necessarily correct, but they're up there. That is so scary.
So scary. It's such an influence because people are looking for answers and guidance.
I know.
Like we don't have churches and stuff anymore like we used to in that way. Like people
You don't have community.
We don't have community. We don't have political leaders. Like we don't have these places. Most of us don't even have parents we can turn to for guidance anymore. So we're desperate for it. And then
Yes.
how dangerous, right?
It's like it's not that it's like programmed to prey on people, but it's like it's a proverbial like Pandora's fucking box of just
Our
like,
weaknesses.
Like a person who's in a moment of weakness or looking for an answer is gonna fall right into it, and just be like tied up in like they said, like could very well like experience like a bout of psychosis, like induced by this fucking machine.
That's what it felt like in trying to break this down. And because as I'm offering this person then other perspectives, other challenges, they're seeing that none of that was ever offered to them from the chat GBT. And so it's good. It's giving them, but you can see their kind of reality and their understanding of things breaking down. And, I hate to tell you, anybody that's in school right now, because I feel like the number one advice they say to therapists is you don't give your opinion or advice in any way. But that is exactly what my clients, it's one of the biggest pieces of feedback I've been given from clients is appreciation for the fact that if I observe something, think something, I will say that thing. And so people want our feedback. If you come to me and you're talking about the cycle of arguments you are always in with your spouse, I'm going to tell you the things that I'm seeing you do in that interaction that is facilitating that or even making it worse.
Yeah, and you're like, maybe it's you.
Yeah, you at least have something to do with it. I could coax your ego or make you feel better by us just focusing on this other person, which we'll definitely do parts of that. I mean, that's the tea of the session.
It's the job. Part of it.
Yeah, that's the juicy bits. But the other part that I'm actually doing that's helpful to you is then lovingly telling you, here are the errors that you are making, and then here are some suggestions of how you could do that in a different way, and let's practice that and see what that feels like for you. I don't see ChatGPT doing that.
No, there's that I think is the human element that can never be replicated. And even like when even though like they're getting into quantum computing now, and there's computers that are like you can't even calculate how much stronger computers are getting now. They can never replicate.
Yeah, we're beyond ourselves.
Truly replicate the human element. And it's funny, we were talking about funny people earlier. We were talking about comedians and podcasters and stuff. The AI is the people are trying to make like AI comedy.
As soon as you said that, I was wondering. I was like, I wonder how AI would if you gave it just the prompt of like do a stand-up comedy bit.
Now, there are examples out there where there's enough information or enough content out there for the AI model to reference. Like, write me 5 jokes in the style of Mark Normand or Tim Dillon or somebody. They have enough content out there and enough hours of their mind out there, like recorded, that not the algorithm, but like the machine, the AI can reference to and like amalgamize a little bit or something and write a joke that maybe it does kind of sound like the style, but
their tone or reference,
it's still not quite there.
Yeah.
And there's I've heard examples of like an AI writing jokes like on another podcast I listen to. Now it's like a recurring segment of his. He'll have AI write roast jokes about his guest that is coming on the show.
That's pretty good.
And he'll usually go through about two to three, and he's like, these are never good. And like the closest that it has ever come in, I think 50 episodes that I've heard so far, is one joke where the comic and the guest were like, "Ha, that was good," and that was the best one.
There's only one time now that we're saying this that I've heard it, and it was actually made me giggle. So Bobby Lee, you know how he's been putting off doing his own stand-up special for literally like 30 years now?
Yeah.
He's finally in a position, and has been, where he's doing one, and so he's been picking names, and they ran it through AI to see what, and they gave him two really
funny
good
name too.
Did you watch this episode?
I may have heard it I think I heard it referenced on another show.
The one name was Trauma Llama.
That's not bad.
Which, if you know Bobby Lee, makes a lot of sense. And then the second one was Chink in My Armor.
That's good.
Right? Everybody laughs out loud at that one.
That's not bad. That's
right for a chat. Like that it was like the first list of ones that they came up with too.
That's the first like that's a good laugh I got out of that. I heard another person reference that it was going to be called like Never or something.
Just never. No.
It was some really simple like single word, but like Chink in My Armor, Trauma, like those are both pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that's not bad, but my point is that like it cannot replicate that human element in therapy and jokes and like
that was easy because it's a little name.
Yeah.
But like to tell a joke with context, and especially everything that I hear about stand-up comedians is
context, delivery.
That's the thing I always
timing.
Hear. Christina Pajinski is always talking about that it is like, she's like, a second will change a joke from hilarious to flat.
It's so true. Wow.
Yeah.
That is a brilliant way to put it, of course.
Yeah. Because she always studies like comedians. Like whenever they're watching, she'll point out stuff that I would never notice. But she's like, oh man, that second that he waited made the entire joke. Yep.
Because like even if you're telling a story and you make them hang for just a little second in anticipation, it'll punch that much. Yeah. Just things like that. I just don't see it being replicated anytime soon. And thank God.
But yeah, AI psycho. So I can imagine that that's going to come up a lot more, where people are just we're so isolated. People have such a hard time reaching out for advice and being honest with things. So I can just see people being in an echo chamber of their own stuff. And we're already seeing that so much, where you just want to shake people and be like, get out of your own world. Dude, for a day.
Truly.
Touch grass, bro.
Close the laptop.
Yeah. Touch another human being. Like, just... You can do it. You're going to be okay.
Tyler, the creator, made a funny tweet about this like 14 years ago. He was... I'm gonna paraphrase it because I can't say some things, but he said, like, what even is cyberbullying? Like, dude, just close your eyes.
Just stop reading.
The solution is so simple sometimes.
I fucking love that, man.
Literally go outside.
I just saw a clip of him yesterday, actually, where, do you remember the little girl, like his producer's daughter? She was always in his clips, and he's always making fun. He's always saying to her, like, calm down, Esmeralda. That's what he called her. He's like, calm down, Esmeralda. We're going to get tacos after this, because she's Mexican, so he's always joking with her about her culture. And then she graduated. In the videos, she's a little tiny girl. And then she graduated very recently, apparently. Aww. And at her graduation, you hear him going, Esmeralda.
That's so cool. I love that.
It was really cool. And it was like, passage of time. Because I remember her when I remember those skits.
Dude, nothing shows the passage of time like a child.
Yeah.
Anybody listening to this knows somebody who had a kid, and now the kid is like a teenager or something, and you're like, what?
It's like the people we went to high school with when they had kids like in high school or just out of it. All of those kids now in high school themselves.
Dude, my niece is 19 years old in a couple days.
Shut the fuck up.
And I was there the day she was born, like the day after she was born.
You're decrepit.
Right. Like within 24 hours, I was holding her as a newborn. Her head was in my hand right here. And now she's about to be in a year.
She's paying taxes. The IRS knows of her.
yeah, in a year she'll be 20. And I'm like, what? Dude, but... Oh, and another thing about Tyler, like, talk about an artist who took back, like, all of his music and stuff. Like, he bought back all the rights to all of his stuff, so now, like, he owns all of his own shit.
Smart guy, man.
Man, I love nothing more than, like what you said earlier, like, it's rare, but sometimes an artist who is, like, not just against the grain, but is totally original will break through and just be, like, a breath of fresh air. Like, Kelsey's on her right now, Sierra Farrell.
I don't know her.
She is so original.
Is this the girl with the song about dolls?
Maybe. But she's the daughter of, I'm pretty sure she's the daughter of Perry Farrell, who's the singer of Jane's Addiction. So, nepotism, sure, maybe a little in some connections, but she is so original sounding. I have yet to hear a popular singer's voice sound like hers. She has like an Appalachia kind of like bluegrassy kind of feel to her. Her aesthetic is very like lots of flowers and lots of like big stage like production and outfits and like.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody very, very different, but I'll have to send them to you. We should post both because it sounds like they're different artists from different spectrums, but...
Yeah, but like every once in a while, an artist like that will break through and it's such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Especially like that dude, that Oliver Anthony dude.
Yes.
That rich people south of rich people north of Richmond song from a couple of years ago. People were literally throwing millions of dollars at him, offers to be like, do this, and he's like, nah, I'm good.
Smart.
So smart.
Yeah, because it's done for. As soon as you buy into that, whatever they're trying to market and make big,
you're done.
Yeah, you've lost yourself.
My friend Kalen is like a professional merch guy, and he did merch for him all last year. He was like, the gig was great. He's an angel, first of all. Like, they work the weekend and then they're off and they're home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday every week. He was like, it was a dream.
See, that's how it should be. I mean, I feel like that's what music, I was growing up, was more, speaking of community-based, it was like, the musicians are so good at their people and their fans.
Their team is just inseparable.
Yeah.
Because it creates such loyalty because
that's why they can't be stopped.
Right. And he's like, he made like gobs of money doing that all for himself. Like, there was no like higher ups to kick it to.
Love.
Pay the team
as
really
it
well.
Should be. Correct.
Like, that's art.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
And those are the people I respect the most.
Yeah, especially they shouldn't be influenced at all. As soon as you buy into that, they're like, oh, this song should sound more like this, or we want your direction to be more like that. It's trash now.
That's the last thing I'll bring up today that I wrote on my hand, so that I didn't forget to bring it up. Like, it's a quick aside kind of, but Charlie Puth is a singer. He's not exploded, but he's really risen in popularity I'd say within the last 10 years. Good singer, good performer. But there's a video, I heard a video of him saying how songwriters and producers who write and make the hits are like, okay, like, mixing. When they mix the songs, they will do a thing with it, what they call is sweetening a song. You'll notice it in TikTok songs or like in reels. Any song that you've heard before, sometimes it'll be sped up. And the reason is because just like the millennial whoop, like dropping from the fifth to the third back up, that familiar sound, there's it kind of shifts the pitch a little bit. And like if something is recorded or performed in a key, say it's like A, like in the key of A, and it's sweetened a little bit to like A sharp or like up a key, it sounds a little more positive. It's just like how if you if you take songs from like a Disney movie or something,
Yeah.
and you shift it down to a minor key, it sounds like scary.
Yes. Oh, those ones freak me out where they take music and they kind of distort it just by slowing it down or something. It freaks me out.
Yep, it's the exact opposite. They shift it up just a little bit to sweeten it just a little bit.
That's so interesting. I mean, we are just emotional creatures. That was one of my favorite little workshops I did at a grief and loss retreat, was just about how companies that work with just grief and loss centers have entire research bases about colors, lights, what kind of music works best, the layout of a building, all of it to be in some way conducive with the environment of grief.
Wow.
And it's all research based of like what is calming, or what when people are in a state of grief, what colors are they drawn to, type of a thing.
The psychology behind that sounds just fascinating.
Yeah, because it's patterned. It's enough of us that they were like, okay, something about this very specific. It's a mix between like a green and a blue. That was the color that they wanted in all of the rooms that we do processing work in.
And then this will be this color, and then this will be that.
Yep.
And the lobby has to look like this, and it has to be laid out in such a way. And this has to be so far away, and just, that is so fascinating. And the fact that there's research on it is just even cooler.
And it goes to show you what they do for marketing, because
that was the next words out of my mouth. When Kels was in grad school, she said there were people who were going for retail psychology, just for that very thing.
You could probably make some bank in that.
And she said, and the funny thing is, she said they're all guys. It's
makes sense. It's like a mix of the business mind and the.
That is such a guy thing. That makes so much sense. It's
hell yeah.
It's like it gave me the impression of like they're like the finance bros of psychology.
100%. You know, that's so funny because this feeds into, I guess it's a piece of advice I was asked about by somebody that is potentially going to start school for therapy, and they're even on their personality test, like they're not a very emotive person, they're not very emotional, they're much more intellectually minded first, but they love psychiatry, they love psychology, like they love learning about people's stories and patterns.
Oh, but to what end?
Exactly. And so it was this really interesting, they were like, will I be a good therapist, was the question that they asked. And so I was like, oh, it's really interesting, because obviously emotions, we need emotions to empathize but I was like, there's also like a lot of really strong attributes that come from not being as emotional as a therapist too. And one of them is like pattern recognition. Like, I think that's a huge skill set of mine. If I'm working with you for a long period of time, there are things about you that I will pick up so quick, down to your body language, your tone of voice, even the jokes that you're saying and why you're saying them. It can be like a little invasive, I feel like, at times. Like, I'll get to know somebody so well. So I think people like that can be really good therapists.
Invasive.
Hell yeah, because it'll catch people off guard a little bit.
Stop seeing me.
Exactly. They're like, that's a little intimate.
Kels tells me that all the time. Stop perceiving me.
She really hates it.
I know, it's so funny. That was a lost career path of mine. I could have.
You would have been really good at that, yeah.
I feel as though I'm pretty good at the pattern recognition too.
So I feel like for a business, I'm like, okay, I could absolutely see where that would feed right into that.
Yeah, retail psychology. Because I even thought about that. Like, I think about that when I shop. I'm like, why? Like since when did you can probably point out since when, but like when we shifted from department stores, like out of like your little department stores to big chains, Walmart, Target, like big warehouse size buildings. Like I learned this when I built a Target, is that it is built exactly like a warehouse. It's a giant open structure with bays that don't have walls, and all of this stuff is like a maze through the middle with bathrooms around the sides, and like it is just to drive people inside so that they can see as much as possible and buy crap.
Hell yeah, it's so effective.
It's fucking crazy.
In Target, I always say it feels like you're just like looped around into different themes.
Yep.
you're just like, oh, it's Halloween already over here? Amazing. But over here, it's spring clearance. Well, maybe I'll need that next summer.
Clearance rack.
Yeah.
Clothes in the middle. Food on the left.
Car stuff.
Medicine.
I want to organize my car.
Car on the right. Home goods, kitchen stuff to the far right.
Another lip gloss? Yes, please.
Electronics straight to the back, as far as possible from the front door. Just like
Children's toys or adult ones, who knows?
everywhere. Colorful. Just it's crazy. This was fun. This is so much fun.
Us and our random thoughts.
I could do this for hours.
I think we have done this for 1 hour exactly.
Look at
Check
that.
us out.
Surgical.
I have more research we can talk about, or should we take a break?
Let's table it.
Table it for next
Yeah.
time? Okay.
Yeah. We got so much we can get to at any time. I'm so happy
Yeah.
to do this pod.
I know. This is always a fun.
I love making it, and now I love being on it. Sometimes.
I know. We have to make sure we always get you the producer cam, because I hate it when you don't have, especially when you speak and I can't see your reactions.
Yeah. Well now, with the help of Sandy, it might very well be a reality.
We're
Soon.
on it. We're growing, making it happen.
It's fun to do.
Yeah. We got to do that raffle too. That's another thing I want to get on.
Yeah.
Just as a big thank you to everybody that's been with us so far and to spread the word even more.
Yeah.
So we'll update you guys on that.
Well, this has been great. We'll we both will see you next time you tune in, and I guess Kelsey will be here. Maybe I'll be here. Maybe we'll both be here. Who knows?
Who knows? Otherwise, be safe, be sane. At least as sane as you can be.